witnessed the second largest bank failure in American history, which naturally created a wave of fear as the day went on. Hence the Dow ultimately losing 345 points, S&P falling 1.45%, and the NASDAQ tumbling 1.76%. The fear actually makes sense. I listened to some of the smartest people all day, and I concluded that nobody, not even the Fed, knows what happens when the most important bank in Silicon Valley gets seized by the FDIC, as was what happened today. Yeah, we left here with no real idea. Will there be contagion? Could this be an outlier? We just don't know. At first blush, there was some strength to the market, with the weakness contained to the banks and techs, as in which bank's the next to fall and which tech stock's going to get hurt because it has money there, which startups will be crushed. I mean, hey, look, we just found out this evening that Roku had 26% of its considerable $1.9 billion cash hoard with this company. And we know there's never just one cockroach in a bank's kitchen. Who knows? Maybe there are companies that trade now or are going to come public that are just plain done. Stick a fork in them. So by the end of the day, we got a nasty sell-off in anything that needs a strong economy. Banks, tech, cyclicals, because who knows where all that money is, and maybe a recession could be caused by this bank.
Somebody gotta say this shit, so this a bitch. Fuck your government. I'm hesitant to holler out that I'm in. I represent hollow points and Mac tears. Don't think through shots coming out of them. Last thing that you see is Nat Turner's grin. I'm a savage, not the average white boy, my friend. We ain't shooting. Fuck red, white, and blue. Earth they nerve like militias in the booth. Spit that word like there was a nigga too. Get that herb like I need a blunt or two. Fuck y'all all, each and every one of you. You niggas wanna face me? Fuck you motherfuckers too. All you niggas ain't loyal. Fuck the government soil. Bring heat to the planet, to this motherfucker boil. There's no more talk. Through the grave y'all walk. I talk for the slave from the grave. It's war.
Yeah. You know what it is. Back at it real quick. Didn't get to do this the first time with my man Jay Walski. You know the intro. This is somebody got to say this shit. And now I get a chance to do this with my man Jay Walski. He got some shit, some pressing issues that he got to handle on his side of the business. So I'm glad to have him. Collapse, bank on it, review. And he's going to give you his opinion on what's going on. And I'm just going to be there to elaborate and bounce thoughts off of each other. Jay Walski.
Yeah, man.
Yes, sir, man. It's been a while since we've done one together, brother. And I'm glad that I got your time, bro.
Absolutely. And I apologize about the early show. Come to find out the collapse had already hit me because my cell phone bill was due. I'm already behind the 8 ball when it comes to paying these bills.
Yeah, man, but you ain't been behind the 8 ball when it comes to the pertinent news that anyone can use and everyone should use. We've been keeping, like I told him earlier on the earlier today, bro. I told him that we've been keeping them up to date with this shit, man. We've been dropping shows, constantly letting them know what's going on. Back in this show right here, War During Crisis, man, I remember you saying a lot of things about how we were already going through, financial issues in this country.
Yeah, man, like that's the wildest shit about the news dropping now is like even in that video, he said the people in the stock market are looking and they got fear. They're fearful of what's going on. Like, how the fuck does a plumber know this more than you know this? Like, how did you not see the writing on the wall?
Yeah.
We called this out over 2 years ago that the economy was on a fast track to fucking nowhere. And now it hits the news. Silicon Valley Bank folds up. What did you say? The bank with the crypto folds up.
Silvergate Bank.
Yeah. So and trust me, as you know, that's just first of many to come.
Yeah, because you got
But
to think about all the other banks that got their start on cryptocurrency, and other banks that got their start and got their saying their big boost on big tech industries.
yeah, yeah, and think about that. The Silicon Valley Bank. Think of all the tech startups that they probably had their money there. I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
honestly, I mean, and we don't know what companies and like we haven't seen the ripple effect of
yeah. More will
that
come
bank
out as
money.
far as the companies go because, like you said, like we just now finding out that Roku had billions. You know what I'm saying? Billions of dollars in that bank, and they're not sure where the fuck their money's going. You know what I'm saying? End up. You know what I'm saying? And that's just the Roku. I got a Roku TV. You know what I mean? So the thing is
And
like
that's
you
what you think
said,
about
we
that
don't.
Roku. Uh, Depending on how it shakes out, Roku could end up going belly up. So that means everybody that works at the places that makes their little TVs, their TV sticks, all their packaging.
Yeah,
There's those jobs.
yeah. As a used, like you said, as a used chance that Roku can go under, and other companies that got their big start in 2019, 2020. You know what I mean? Like these companies are in jeopardy, especially the startup companies, the companies that came out of nowhere with apps. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And
Honestly,
you know,
I hope and pray that Postmates, DoorDash, or Uber was not on that because that's thousands, maybe even millions of jobs gone forever.
yeah,
If they fold. I mean,
yeah,
I
you know
just
it's gonna come out, G. You know it's coming out. You know that information is definitely gonna be shared, and pretty soon we'll have a whole list of companies that bought in, well, actually had accounts with this bank. And like I said, man, like Friday, March 10th, 2023. Like this is their last stock numbers, G. Like you could you gotta imagine yourself being
God,
an account holder. You got 20 million. Let's say you got 20 million in this bank. You got employees to pay. You got fucking mortgage. Oh, you got $1 million mortgage,
yeah,
and
all
then
your
you see
fleet
these stock.
vehicles.
Oh yeah, fleet vehicles. You see these stock numbers, man, and like you said, man, we don't even know the true effect. I think Monday, tomorrow, we'll find out a whole lot more, but we don't know the true effect of this shit yet. Like there
I
are
don't know.
definitely going to be more banks, big tech banks that banked on big tech, banks that banked on crypto. What I'm saying? They're gonna feel this. Companies, what I'm saying, big tech companies at the core of this shit is gonna feel it.
Oh yeah, and just think about all the banks that got bailed out in '08. They didn't really change much of anything. Now they said they had stronger regulations to try to make sure that they had the money to back what they said they had, but we know that's bullshit.
Yeah.
So the thing about that is the banks that got bailed out before more than likely never got flushed, never got back liquid, was still paying into their debt of the bailout. So they're probably toast too. And that's like banks like normal people use. I mean, if the Silicon Valley Bank folded up, there's got to be just normal day-to-day people's neighborhood personal banks that are about to really get fucking nailed. So I mean, it sucks, and it seems like a weird thing, I guess, to some people. Like, oh, well, they had millions and billions and trillions. Even if they only end up with 250,000, that's more than I've ever made in life. Well, A, you don't understand what it costs to keep a business running, and B, if they'll do it to them, you better bet your ass they're gonna do it to everybody. Now, it might not be
Yeah,
every
and
single bank, but plenty of banks that people got their house loans, their car loans, their savings account, their 401ks. Whew. Oh,
yeah,
buddy.
and you're absolutely right on that, J. Wall. Because the thing is, man, is like you have to understand that shit rolls downhill, as we was told by our grandpappies and you know what I'm saying, and grandmammies. Shit rolls downhill, and the thing is, we're gonna feel the brunt of this. Like I told them earlier when I did the show earlier, I am at the bottom of the totem pole, but I recognize this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I recognize what's going on, like you said earlier. You know what I'm saying? And I like how can a individual like myself know this, and they say that economists weren't aware.
yeah. How the fuck not? That's the goofiest shit. Like, here's Silicon Valley Bank. Here's your fucking neighborhood bank. Totem pole.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing, if you look at it, it's all connected, baby. Like, here's the thing. Silicon Valley, past what, 15, 20 years, the biggest boom in America, the biggest money made the most millionaires out of any fucking sector, probably, with all the fucking
Oh,
social
absolutely.
media, the apps, and all this shit. So if the biggest,
And the same can be said, with Silvergate Bank with
yeah,
crypto.
exactly, yeah, crypto, yeah, exactly. So the two biggest bangs in the country in the past 15, 20 something, probably not 20, maybe 15, who the fuck cares? If they are going belly up, that's the biggest draw going. That's the biggest money made. And so if they're taking the hit, the hell do you think that means for every other business? You just opened a barbershop with a bank loan. Man,
Yeah,
all the money.
all those multimillionaires that were made off crypto and the trading of cryptocurrency that have accounts in these banks, man. It's like,
Yeah. They ain't
like,
flush
and
no
then and the
more.
thing, I can't understand loss at that level, but I can understand taking losses. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I can definitely understand taking losses, and the thing is being able to, pick myself off the ground, dust myself off, and bounce back. You know what I'm saying? That's the thing that the man at the bottom of the totem pole has to learn in order to survive. You know what I'm saying, within this modern society, in my opinion. But
No,
losses at that
you're
losses at
absolutely
that
right.
level, yeah, you know what I'm saying, but losses at that level, G, is like, I don't think I'm able to understand that. It's like, not only can you pay your own mortgage, but you can't pay your employees that work hard for you and dedicated to their craft and their careers and their jobs. You know what I'm saying? And they depend on you to pay them. Like, what would you go through, G? Like, you got 20 million in the bank, but you only got access to 250,000.
Oh, I mean, outside of wanting to burn down that fucking bank. I mean, but yeah, dude, the
Yeah,
thing about that is like in a business, in a major corporation like that, and when you're talking about all the employees, all the overhead expense, like 250 G's might be some shit that they spend in a fucking month,
yeah,
depending on how big the company is. And like so, and still, I mean, if I had $2,000 in the bank, 2,000, and they came to me and they were like, well, we took the hit. The only thing you can get out here is $250. That's devastating. That is
yeah. To me,
fucking
to me,
devastating.
yeah, yeah. I'm ready. Fuck. I'm throwing chairs at.
Yeah. But you know how it is,
They
man.
call it security.
Most people don't get rich and just have piles of Scrooge McDuck paper laying around. Most rich people still live pretty much by their means. So even
Mm,
though you had two milli and you can only get 200 or 220 mil, whatever it was, and then you can only get 250 G's, that pretty much for a lot of people, those folks would equate to the $2,000 to the $250 because they got the car payments that they got, and they got all the new cars. They got the house payment that's ridiculous. They got the private school for the kids. They got the cleaning lady. They got the personal chef. Like, if you can't get a hold of all the money it took to run that,
Well, they got the
life,
skyrocketing. They got the skyrocketing price of food.
Yeah. And see, that's the thing. If you look at this, man, if you look at these hits, I mean, look at the way they proposed wanting to do the taxes for the businesses. If you made over a certain amount, they wanted 60% of your bread in taxes. 60%. That's an insane number. No business can really operate at that. Look at look at the pandemic, the shutdowns. Who got shut down? Any business that wasn't a major corporation, for the most part, was not deemed essential. Dude,
let's talk about too big to fail, G. It's like this bank failed because of the fucking interest rates.
Yeah.
Bro, this bank failed. What does too big to fail means? Because I mean 200 plus $1 billion of accounts. Yeah, that would be too big to fail to me. I mean, I don't. You would, I mean, and the thing is, like, there are account holders that can't afford to take a hit like this, G. And you and I both know that, being at the bottom of the totem pole, man. These motherfuckers are taking multi-million dollars gone.
Yeah. It's like, it equates to my regular life. Like, if I blow out a tire in my truck right now, that's going to hurt.
Yeah.
Buying a tire is going to hurt.
You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, if the viewers of this episode, of this review, if they don't understand what we're talking about, we are talking about collapse, bank on it. And this is a review of it. Like, we've been talking about this. Like I said, man, there's so many shows that we've talked about it. Like this one right here. And real quick, like I said, I know my man got things to do. I ain't trying to hold him up too long, but we've talked about it, the cost of power, the ruble versus the petrodollar. We talked about it in Starvation Nation. And like I said, that's 8 months ago, bro. You know what I'm saying? And the last one we did, we talked about this same shit, was recession 2022. You know what I'm saying?
And like you said, what are the talking heads saying right now? This isn't a big deal. This isn't a big deal. Banks are folding left and right. And, oh, man, throughout next week, dude, we probably could do just a fucking running bit of fucking commentary on all this. Because, dude, this whole next week, man, it's going to be some shit. We'll hear about it. I'm sure we'll hear about a couple more banks folding up. What'd you say? Sleepy Joe's going to come out and give a speech for what? What the fuck?
Yeah, what? And the thing is, what could you possibly say except we're going to bail this bank out? We're going to bail these banks out. And the thing is, I'm hearing, and I'm gonna show you a video where they're talking about not bailouts but bail in. Oh, oh, oh! And when I show you the information on this bail in shit, bro, it is absolutely scary. This shit, they are saying, yeah, they are saying this shit is planned. But let me give the viewer a review of what we're talking about real quick, just a quick one.
No, that's good.
The tipping point coming this week when Silicon Valley Bank announced it was selling assets to shore up its finances. That sparked a run on the bank, leading to the FDIC shutting it down Friday. Streaming giant Roku had $487 million, or 26% of its cash reserves in the bank, with the company's deposits largely uninsured.
Oh. Bye-bye, Roku.
Yeah, and like I said, we don't know if Roku is going to be able to survive this shit, bro. But the thing I was talking about, okay, so we was talking about the possible chances of another bank bailout. And the thing is that it goes to the point of too big to fail, and if these banks in 2008 got bailed out, why not these banks in 2023?
Well, I would say because there's nothing to bail them out with.
Exactly. First of all, the the um the federal debt to GDP ratio is ridiculous, bro. There's no way, there's absolutely no way that we can pay the national debt by the numbers that they give us. If we, this is, like I said, not counting the unfunded liabilities, but the numbers that they give us, we can't pay that, man.
Hell no. And the funny thing is, if that's the number they give us, it's probably way worse anyway. Like they probably can't even find the number anymore. I mean, it's probably an unimaginable number.
Yeah, like say if you talk about unfunded liabilities, you got $90 trillion worth of gross national debt.
Yeah, well, that's my thing. And so, but what? How do you bail out something that you destroyed? You know, it doesn't make any sense to me. You're not going to bail out this economy. You can't get any more money from another country. You've printed so much money, you got to start getting rid of money. There's no option. Like I said, the best option we really have, and this is not even a joke, is we got to start selling states to other countries. That's the only option I see.
I totally agree.
And that's a scary fucking thought to think about. And I'm sure it'll never really happen. We'll probably just end up in a fucking war. But I really see this all as a calculated plan to get us on the global credit score, the digital currency linked into your social media, linked into your bank accounts, linked into everything. The social credit score, the same model that China uses now. What's the best way to get people to do that? Destroy the dollar to the point where it's not worth a fuck. You can't print any more money. You can't. There's no bailouts to be had. But we're gonna send you this app with your money on it.
Yeah.
But as soon as you say, "Let's go, Brandon," we're gonna lock you out of your money.
Yeah, like I said, with the FTX trials and the crypto, the loose regulations in crypto, could we see a federally regulated cryptocurrency that is that's going like you was talking about yesterday? Like, is that a possibility?
I honestly think that's exactly where all this is heading. In my opinion, I feel like that's exactly why these banks are folding. That's exactly why they just print frivolous money. No, like you said, you got economists going on TV now saying people in the stock market are scared. Economists are scared. These banks folded up. What does that mean? What, you didn't see the writing on the wall when we were printing off billions of dollars that was unbacked and sending it to other countries with no return? You didn't see
Or
it when we were paying people to sit at home and cutting them checks.
yeah, yeah,
You didn't understand the ramifications of that. A nation built on debt will always fold. It's just like swiping a credit card. We swiped it one too many times. Oops a daisy. Now you owe, and you have nothing to pay it with.
yeah. Matter of fact, I was reading a quote from Nipsey Hussle saying that in any governmental system that buys into fiat currency is doomed to, what I'm saying, is doomed to fucking fold. And I'll put that exact quote on my community wall. But yeah, man, is what I'm saying is basically what you're saying is absolutely right, bro.
Yeah, and that's what I think. You can't print any money. You got to destroy the money you printed now. China's not going to give us another red penny. No other country would invest in a dud. But if you,
Not at all.
and the funny thing is, look at all the people that took a hit on the crypto that's already out. Now they're scrambling.
Mm-hmm.
How does the government say that? Show up on a big white pony and tell you, well, we got a new form of money. It's a form of crypto money regulated by the government, and how they're going to push people because everybody liked Bitcoin because it wasn't regulated. But how they're going to push it is, well, you seen what happened to that
Loosely regulated. It was loosely regulated, and that's why, like I said, FTX. You know, is why
yeah.
so many millions was lost in FTX because it was so loosely regulated. You know.
I believe that's exactly why FTX scandal happened, though, to show people like, look, you see what happens when it's not regulated. So we're going to give you a regulated one that the government, your daddy, your pappy is going to oversee for you.
Mm-hmm.
The worst babysitter in history.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, man, this is
motherfucking fried eggs are going to be a delicacy here soon.
I'm telling you, bro. And the thing is like this is happening at a time where we can't take too many more punches, bro. We like the round has just started, and we can't take too many more punches for real, because it don't look good. And the thing is, we see another bank collapse, two more bank collapses in the next 2 weeks. Let's say that. Then then when we get a real live like bank run, and the motherfuckers, the banks that are completely secured and probably ain't going to get hit with this wave, you know what I'm saying? You can cause a panic with those banks as well and those account holders. And then you got motherfuckers really rushing and running to the bank to get their shit out, and then in creating a possible banking collapse due to superficial or reasoning. You know, I mean, I'm just saying, bro. What you think?
Honestly, I was wondering how they were going to muck the waters up going into this election. And I knew that they probably weren't going to be able to do the race baiting trick like they did last time because BLM got hose shot all through it. Antifa,
as they should.
Antifa's been exposed to be a bunch of feds.
Yeah.
Knowledge is coming out now that police were walking rioters through the Capitol on January 6th. So none of that shit's really gonna get people in the streets. But you know what always gets people in the streets? Poverty and famine.
Yeah, not being able to eat and not being able to pay your bills.
Yeah, that's a hell of a motor.
That's a hell of a motivator.
A growling stomach and an empty pocket makes people do some shit. So
yeah,
I feel like this is we had the summer of love last election, and this is going to be the summer of fucking like Mad Max style. Like motherfuckers gonna be going to people's cribs. People were stealing shit left and right. They thought motherfuckers was cute breaking in during a protest to Target and stealing some fucking goods. Wait till the motherfucker ain't ate in a week and see what
Yeah, and the thing is, bro, we've been talking about it. We have been saying it, that a deep recession, fucking depression is absolutely on the way. There's no way, and you've been crying. You've been crying to holy heaven about it, more than me. You've been telling people that there's no way that you can constantly print this fucking loose ass money that's backed by nothing and think that hell's not going to be paid for it.
Fuck, I mean, look now. Gold within a night went up $18. Look at the price of fucking eggs has doubled and tripled. I had a homie come over to a podcast and he drinks rum and pineapple juice. The pineapple juice that he's always drank, the same brand, $2 his whole life.
Come on.
$2. Last time he come over here, the shit was $8. $8 for a $2 bottle of pineapple juice.
And that's the thing. People are there are economists saying, well, the job numbers are okay. Well, guess what? Motherfuckers ain't got no other choice. You ain't got no other choice. Either you work your ass off, try to hold your neck above the fucking economic flood so you can breathe. Cause that's motherfuckers. Hey, motherfuckers is absolutely understanding that there is no more middle class. You either have it or you don't.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. The rich this whole
The
time.
those that call themselves middle class are like, what the fuck?
I tell you, it's a great paradigm shift of the economic pyramid. The middle class are vastly becoming the poor. The poor are becoming the homeless, and the rich, well, they just keep doing what they do.
Yeah. But the thing is, the rich have to invest in solid commodities, solid assets in order they see the changing of the tide, bro. You know what I'm saying? And they know what's coming. And so they prepare themselves while we struggle and strive to survive out here. And the thing is like you've been teaching this every podcast we do on this subject, man, and anything similar. You've been telling them that inflation is the bubble is going to pop, and the thing is now we're getting to the point where they're talking deflation, purposeful deflation, bro.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, as a lifelong Wu-Tang fan, cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money. Dollar bills, y'all. Well, when the money's gone in America, there ain't much left. The reason America is what it is because we were the global trading money. We're the global trading finance. The petrodollar was globally traded. And now that it ain't worth a fuck, the bad thing is it's going to shit on us major. But it's going to fuck so many other countries. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But, man, I got my homie Tim Northern in studio. We got
Okay, hold on. I got this one more video to show you, then I'm going to end this shit. Okay, so we talked about possibilities of another bank bailout. But what about this shit called bail-in?
Yeah,
listen to the terminology. Bail-in. Watch this video and we done. Just give me your opinions on this and we done.
Banks are planning on taking all of your money to pay off their debts.
I mean, it's a little bit conflicted, right? I mean, it's important that people understand they can be bailed in, but you don't want a huge run on the institution. But they're going to be. That's
the FDIC currently has less than $200 billion in assets to insure over $9 trillion. That's just 1.3%. They know that a system collapse is coming, and they are already planning for bail-ins. As trust begins to fail, the people will begin to withdraw their funds, which will only guarantee a banking collapse. This is known as a bank run. In 2012, the International Monetary Fund, known for their reputation of coercion, violence, and extortion, published staff discussion notes entitled From Bailout to Bail-In, Mandatory Debt Restructuring of Systemic Financial Institutions. So what exactly is a bail-in? It is officially obfuscated with elaborate equations, but to put it simply, it is when the bank steals your money directly from your account.
Well, goddamn. I will love to see the president or one of these other funky ass politicians get on TV and try to sell us on a bail-in.
Dude, if we start hearing political term bail-in, dude, we should raise fucking hell. But hey, like I said, man, it's interesting times, and we all should be paying attention, yo. And I'm glad I got your opinion on this, man, because you know that your opinion matters most to me. You've been my partner from the day one with this shit, man. And I greatly appreciate your time, bro.
Absolutely, my friend. I appreciate you having me on, man. And shit, we'll run it back, dude. I mean, I got a feeling there's
Oh
gonna
yeah,
be plenty to talk about.
there's absolutely going to be more news on this. I am tuned in. I'm checking this shit out because, like I said, shit runs downhill, and we at the bottom of the totem pole. I'm looking up, paying attention. So with
Absolutely.
that being said, bro, appreciate you, man. You and Tim have a great motherfucking show. I'm gonna be tuning in, and this is SGSTS, man.
Absolutely,
Yes,
man.
sir.
I appreciate you, dog. And everybody, man, you need to really stay in tune to what my guy's got going on, man. He ain't coming out here to do anything to hurt you. He's actually trying to help you. Maybe if you tune in, there might be 2 or 3 steps that you take in your life that might be able to get you out of the bullshit. Because it's getting to the point now where we're behind a gun, and it's going to get to the point where your best step is just to stay ahead of the bullshit, stay ahead of the masses, the charge. Because trust me, when people take to the streets, man, you gonna want to be on another block because the shit, hungry people and people that lost it all are dangerous.
Yeah,
Dangerous.
you're absolutely right. And we're speaking from the bottom of the totem pole. We know best.
Yeah.
Don't let us
honestly,
don't let me get hungry.
From the bottom of the totem pole, if the money goes kaputski, that means we're the first motherfuckers looking for a bowl of noodles.
Yeah. And that hunt is going to be vigorous. So stop playing with us.
I don't have a Maserati to sell for a can of soup, motherfucker. I'm going to have to get it the hard way.
Damn right. Well, I thank you, bro. Like I said, man, this is another review show. This is called Collapse. Bank on it. And I thank you again, Jay Wall, man, for your opinions on this shit, man. You know we do it the best, man, when it comes to this shit, bro. I appreciate you, bro.
Absolutely, brother. I love you, man. And shit, we're gonna keep it going, man. We're gonna run it back. We're gonna let them know. We're gonna try to keep everybody at least a step ahead.
Yes, sir. We're gonna keep them updated. I am Earth the Nerve, aka Mr. Somebody, Everybody, Somebody. Somebody gotta say this shit.
Somebody gotta say this shit, so this a bitch. Fuck your government. I'm hesitant to holler out that I'm in. I represent hollow points and Mac tears. Don't think through shots coming out of them. Last thing that you see is Nat Turner's grin. I'm a savage, not the average white boy, my friend. We ain't shooting. Fuck red, white, and blue. Earth they nerve like militias in the booth. Spit that word like the wisdom in the tooth. Get that herb like I need a blunt or two. Fuck y'all all, each and every one of you. You niggas wanna stay sleep? Fuck you motherfuckers too. All you niggas ain't loyal. Fuck the government soil. Bring heat to the planet, to this motherfucker